Damn, you'd imagine being out in the forest that it would be much quieter, but it's not because of this fucking road right here. Good morning. Today I just thought that I would try to whip my own ass a little bit by doing a short 3.1 mile hike one way up this mountain here in Northern California, close to Lake Tahoe on the California side. Yeah, I need to take a beating. I need to get seriously brought through the ringer. I've been itching to get a hike that really kicks my ass, and even though this one's short, I'm going from an elevation of 5,500 feet to 9,980 feet, all within 3.1 miles. As you can see right now, we are in kind of like a cedar coniferous forest, a lot of pines, a lot of what looks like to be incense cedar. We got this lovely ceanothus right here, cool California plant. It's early summer, and you know, early summer in the mountains is basically like spring in the mountains. That's when everything starts popping off. Snow really doesn't melt until like April or May, and you won't start seeing views like this until around late May or June. So it's a good time to go hike in the mountains, get yourself some elevation training, learn what it feels like walking up a 15-degree slope for 3 miles. Gonna be huffing and puffing, but yeah. So the plan is to stop every 1,000 feet, say a little something, continue on, make it to the top. We're gonna be going through a lot of zones here. So right now we are in the well, the forested zone, obviously, and you'll see that the vegetation changes pretty drastically. It's goddamn cars, man. What the fuck? A lot of evidence of wildlife. I hear birds chirping. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the hell up, and we're gonna continue on. All right, real quick update. We're at around 6,500 feet. Most of the vegetation here looks the same. Still got a lot of this ceanothus right here. Still see a lot of pines. Got this nice incense cedar in front of us. Some gooseberry over there. Not too much of a change in vegetation community here. I mean, at least we got this nice waterfall or cascading stream over there to look at. But again, not much of a vegetation change. That's all gonna change probably within the next 2,000 feet. I'm about 1/10 of the way there, and I'm talking too much. I need to cover ground. All right, another break time. I saw this off the side of the trail, and I thought that I gotta talk about it. This is Sarcodes, otherwise known as snow plant. It's a mountainous plant, meaning it lives in the mountains. And there's something special about this plant. I mean, obviously it looks nice and showy because it's bright red and everything like that. But the reason it's red is because it lacks chlorophyll. And if you don't know what chlorophyll is, you might want to look into how plants photosynthesize, because they can't photosynthesize without chlorophyll filling these structures called chloroplasts, which might be symbiosis from a billion years ago when one cell ate another cell. Anyway, that's besides the point. But there's something interesting about this plant, because it's a parasite. It exploits a mutualism between tree roots and fungi. If you don't know nothing about soil ecology, there's a lot of mutual relationships between fungus and plant roots. So plants, you know, take out carbon dioxide from the air, and they turn them into sugars. So fungus will take some of those sugars and in return transfer nutrients and water to the tree. But this plant right here exploits that mutualism and taps into both systems. So it takes nutrients and water from the fungus and sugars from the tree roots. So it's kind of like a third wheel in a relationship, so to speak. And it's hard to believe that this plant is related to blueberries. It's in the Ericaceae family. Ain't that some shit? Learn something. All right, greetings from another 1,000 feet up. We're at 7,500 feet. And as you can see, landscape's changing a little bit. Some of the trees are becoming thinner, although yeah, not really. Forest is still pretty dense. We're just sitting on top of a flattened portion of the mountain where the soil level isn't that deep. Like, it probably only goes a few feet deep. I mean, you can see the bedrock up there. So the soil level is not that deep. Doesn't contain a lot of water, but it might have a huge mycorrhizal presence, which is why we have this diverse plant community here. Still a lot of pine trees, not too many incense cedars. I know it might be difficult for anybody watching this to tell the difference, but trust me, it is different. Many more pines, fewer incense cedars. We're still going up in elevation, and you'll see that these trees, especially when we get up a high slope on the mountain, the number of trees will begin to pewter out, and we should be able to see some biology that is well adapted to higher elevation conditions. It's always nice to come up here, not gonna lie, get away from all that madness. I'm super happy that I'm away from that brown noise coming from the road earlier. I couldn't believe how loud that was, to be honest. But yeah, everything's starting to wake up. A lot of bugs coming out, a lot of chironomids. Those are midges. I'm starting to get hit by mosquitoes right now. Oh damn, I swear if you stop moving, it's like ringing a dinner bell for these mosquitoes. Species of mosquitoes, probably Culiceta particeps. I think that's what it is. That's one of the higher elevation kind of native mosquitoes, not known to transmit any dangerous diseases to people, but they still leave a pretty big welt on you if they bite you, and that shit itches like hell. A lot of birds, got some dark-eyed juncos. I'm hearing some house wrens, some Steller's jays. Got some mountain chickadees out there. Hoping to see some woodpeckers or hear some woodpeckers. I don't have my binoculars. I need a new camera so I can actually zoom in on these birds and show you what the hell I'm talking about. Let's keep moving. All right, look at here. We got Calochortus. I don't know what species of Calochortus it is, but this is my my favorite genus of flowers. Many species of California, many endangered species in California. I have no idea if this one is endangered or not. It's pretty small. This is the smallest Calochortus I've ever seen. I think it's in the Liliaceae, or the family of lilies, and they're annual. And a lot of them are what you call fire followers, so they do well when a forest is burned down because all that ash creates right conditions in the soil for these guys to flourish. Small little itty bitty Calochortus. Itty bitty Calochortus. That's just nice though. I'm gonna figure out the species and put a caption. Okay, greetings from 8,500 feet. As you can see, the shrub layer has been replaced by more or less bare soil mixed with young pines. I think we got some ponderosa pine, looks like some Douglas fir, and maybe some sugar pine. I think we're seeing a lot more granite rock with a lot of iron in it. That's why it has that orange color and reddish color. It's rusting. If you can see in the distance, we are getting almost to that snow level. Basically, we're in the alpine level right now. It's the alpine portion of the mountain, and there's still a lot of bugs up here, and it still eat me, so I'm gonna continue on at 95. Well, actually, no, we're just gonna shoot up to the top. Fuck that. Hey, look, it's the marmot family, Sciuridae, family of squirrels. These bastards will chew through your hydraulic lines in your car if your car is at high enough elevation. Like a fat ass squirrel, basically. There you go. He's just kicking it, spreading his body flat out on the rock, trying to get as much surface heat area from that rock as it can, plus the heat from the sun. Then I assume after that, once he's all warmed up, he's gonna go foraging around for food while he's still got some daylight hours. I mean, there's a lot of daylight during the summer, so he should be all right. Oh, here go another one. I wonder if there's an encroachment on somebody's territory. Let's marinate in this National Geographic moment for a second, shall we? What's up? They're not enemies, they're friends. Never mind. I can't stand here any longer. I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes again. Alright, we out. See you later, Sciurids. Okay. Here we go. This was the ass whooping I was looking for. Due to the lack of oxygen, all my blood vessels are dilated. Trying to deliver all that oxygen to the tissue. Oxygen to the brain is getting lower, causing me to get a little bit dizzy. Speaking in waves, as you can tell. But whew, this is what I was looking for though. I needed this. I needed to get my ass beat down, torn up through the ringer. You can't compare it to being in the gym. Like I could say it's like being on a Stairmaster, but fuck no. Stairmaster ain't shit compared to this. That's why I don't get working out in gyms. Yeah, I get it, you can control resistance and weight and everything. But when it comes to running, I just don't like the idea of moving my feet over something that's moving, making me think like I traveled somewhere. I mean, but if that's you, if you like treadmills where you can feel like you did 2 miles moving on some ground that moves for you, I mean, that's your thing, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't quite make sense. I'd rather move my feet and actually go somewhere. And then there's the elliptical. What the fuck is that? I like to run on the elliptical because I can get more miles in that way. Not as bad on your knees. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so check it out. So all this rock that I've been climbing up, it's a granitic rock. So it was originally formed volcanically about, I don't know, I think what, early, late Cretaceous, I don't know, maybe about 100 million years ago to 60 million years ago. This was all magma at one point. They got pushed up to the surface, but never quite really broke the surface. Probably just got right up to the surface, never really broke the surface. And it cooled down relatively quickly or just right. If it cooled down too slow, all those minerals would conglomerate together, form huge minerals. By the way, those minerals in there are quartz, I think mica, feldspar. Anyway, so like, so you got all those minerals in that rock. And because we're at a mountain peak, and we get snow up here, these started out as large boulders or large bedrock as tectonic activity pushed them up. And then as you get snow and constant cold, hot, freezing regimes, water gets into certain cracks in the rock. And as it freezes, the molecules line up and create a pressure that can exert cracks on these rocks. You can see some of these rocks are just starting out with cracks. Those cracks gradually get bigger and bigger, and then you get full-on cracks where you have these large chunks of rock. And then eventually, through probably some earthquake or something like that, these large chunks of rock will just like fall way out into that valley. And you can tell some time ago that you had glacial activity going through here. This was all covered by a glacier. And you can see that that glacier moved down into there. You can even see the striations of these rock up here that would mix in with the ice and snow down there, get carried by that glacier and move all these like put all these giant scars and gashes into the main bedrock. And being up here at around almost 10,000 feet, we're like 9,980 something, almost being at 10,000 feet, just because this is kind of like a perfect cone hilltop or mountain peak. You get a lot of interesting life forms up here. We'll go take a look at some of them. But here, look. It's our good old friends, the lichens again. Lichens are symbiosis between a cyanobacteria and a fungus, or an algae and a fungus. Crazy, crusty life forms. These might be the first life forms to ever colonize this type of habitat. I mean, this is just all like, it's all just granite. You can these chunks of weathered granite. I mean, these guys, oh, look at this one. Kind of grows in a different pattern. These lichens are pretty dope though. Oh, there's another one. There's another different strain, different species. Yeah, probably the first life forms to colonize this type of ecosystem. Probably the first life forms to even get here to even call it an ecosystem. Just trying to sit put and let everything come to me. Now there are animal life up here. And I'm not just talking about these Homo sapiens that are next to me, but I'm also talking about insect life and arachnid life. There are tons of flies up here. Flies in the tachinidae. Let me see if I can zoom on. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a tachinid fly. If I would have had my net, I would have caught it and showed it close up. There's also elaterid beetles, also known as click beetles. There's some little ones over here. Maybe I could find one in a little bit. There's what seems to be musket flies, those little random, regular ass house flies. House flies are in the muscady family. Insects do this behavior known as hilltopping. I'm not sure what drives hilltopping, but insects they're attracted to mounds and hills. We're on a pretty big hill right now, so it's attracting a lot of bugs. There's a lot of butterflies too, some papilionas, some nymphalids. Oh, we got a bombyliid over there. Oh, damn it, it flew away. Oh, yeah, there we go, see? Told you I wasn't bullshitting you, there's bugs here. I think there's studies looking at butterflies doing hilltopping, and butterflies hilltop as a territory. I guess certain individual butterflies will stake out a hilltop, keep it for themselves, and wait for any females that come around that are attracted to that hilltop, and then they'll try to jump on them and do the dirty with them. There we go. Elateridae, family of click beetles. Pretty diverse family here in North America and South America. In South America, these things get huge, like inches huge. Oh, there we go. There she is. Family Lycosidae, family of wolf spiders. Oh, there's another one. Patrolling the boulders, patrolling the rocks. Where there's prey, you'll find predators. Really quick moving spider. That one looks like a male right there. Those enlarged pedipalps, those are where the sexy parts are. Really adapted to this type of habitat, taking advantage of all the insects hilltopping. Gotta get that food. Alright, so there's the episode of the self-inflicted ass spook alarm cracking up this mountain. Hopefully you saw the changes in elevation and different elevational biological communities that can be found at certain elevations. Hopefully you learned something from that. But yeah, anyway, alright, I'm out. Peace up, peace out. Learn something.